Welcome to the Olympic edizione of the Penalty Loopy podcast, where we talk about all races and everything around the biathlon competizione from the 2026 Olympics in Antholz, Italy. Grazie for listening, and if you enjoy the podcast, leave us a 5 stars or a like on your podcasty platform, or send us a message on social media. Ciao, everybody. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. I was gonna say, I feel like I should lead off with the Imperial March from Star Wars. Like, bah, 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 bah. Yes, that was quite something. If you guys haven't figured out, this is we're recording in the aftermath of the mixed relay that the French team just ran away with at the end. It was a good race for most of it, but then they kind of put their foot down at the end. But whew, good gracious.
What was with your friend there?
That's an excellent question. So RJ's referring to Samuelsson, who had a little bit of a problem there at the start on the range. He's been very chatty. He's answered a lot of questions recently. I guess he's had some time while he's trying to avoid studying statistics during the pre-camp. And I don't know what happened. I'll have to find out.
I can't imagine it's similar to what he had. Was it 2 years ago at the World Champs?
Rifles falling apart.
Didn't attach his barrel properly or tightly, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, who knows? Maybe it is. But honestly, aside from the Swedes, everybody else was there, right? You had Italy, Norway, Germany, France. Yeah. Fighting. The only thing missing was the Swedish team.
And I mean, in all fairness, I also think that I think the women were strong. But I don't think, I would have to look it up quickly, but I don't think that Juan Saloma had a amazing race either.
No, he was 7th on his leg.
Let's see. Yeah. I mean, that's obviously 26 seconds back is not quite the same, but...
Yeah. No, it's not like...
times that
it's not like
Samuelsson
Sweden
has made up things.
Yeah, exactly.
For the team.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't wish it up on anybody, but, for someone who is arguably the strongest in most of the relays that he participates in on his team to have this happen on a day like this. But I thought the shooting was a bit odd, hey, because there were some people that seemed to be shooting clean without any problems. Think of Julia Simon, for example.
Oh, yeah.
And then there were others who had a crazy amount of misses. And Kirkeeide was also... Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's, maybe also due to the fact that it's her first Olympics. She's still super young. Maybe at that point, because she was kind of fighting with Preuss for the bronze medal, right? Maybe that just got to her, or who knows?
Well, and it's not like Preuss
really
was...
pushing hard to...
It's not like Preuss was pristine.
Shooting either.
Yeah.
No.
So, no, I thought that was really interesting. I think, thinking about the shooting for a minute, what struck me was like how deep into the race so many teams only had like 1 or 2 extra rounds. Like it was like Germany was clean basically until the end. And I think, Italy was doing really well. I could have that wrong, but there were a number of teams that only had a handful of extra rounds, going deep into the race, and I thought that was a little surprising.
Yeah, very interesting. Italy was 2-2-1 and 0 for Vitozzi. It spares, and like you said, only Preuss was the one with 4 misses.
Yeah, and I think the French were very clean, aside from, I think it was QFM had
QFM,
a handful.
Right?
Yeah, but otherwise they were awesome. Norway was very good there until the end. So, man,
yeah, and I mean you can't really blame Kirkeeide Like the fact
No.
that she's in that position, because I'm sure there's going to be people talking about, oh, it should have been Tandra Volt with her experience, but I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, we'll never know how she would have fared. But
and if all this does is if it only gives Kirkeeide the experience that when she goes into the next race, so the individual on Wednesday, and she doesn't feel quite the same amount of nerves, then great, mission accomplished.
And I do think a relay is probably additional pressure as the fourth skier, because you have the whole team on your shoulders too, right? So
yes, yeah,
but yeah,
exactly.
I think in the long run, it's probably good experience for her. But
absolutely.
I wanted to do a shout out to Canada, who came in 17th, which is probably a bit lower than I would have hoped for. That said, when you consider that Adam Runnels had the fastest shooting in his leg and shot clean at the same time, was 9th for the first leg. We had Jasper Fleming, who, yes, had a penalty loop and uses 6 spares, but at 20 years old, he's got, I believe, about 12 World Cup races, if I remember correctly.
Not much.
Maybe a little more, but like handful of individual and handful of relays. And to come into the Olympics and race the way he did, I take a big bow for that. And Pascal and Nadia also did amazing in their legs. So big shout out to the Canadian team there.
Yeah, I think overall, I mean, I think Fleming, saying, like you said, he had so little experience in not only first Olympic race, but I mean, this is he's just getting his feet wet on this level. You take out him. I mean, I thought Runnels did really well. I think Pascal and Nadia Moser, I think, were both like 13th, 12th, somewhere in that range for their legs. They were definitely competitive. So I that's a huge day for them. And
also first time in Antholz for maybe, I don't know if he had non-World Cup events there, but
yeah,
first time at the highest level.
And that crowd.
Yeah, well, let's start on that right away.
Yeah.
So there was a crowd that weren't just people painted in, because I couldn't hear a thing. Like, admittingly, I had to watch at 6 a.m, so the volume wasn't cranked up, but
yeah,
it felt really weird. Like, I don't know. It's interesting how I always think that the IBU does, do a really good job with the visuals or the cameras and recordings and stuff. I think they're probably involved, but I do think it's run by the Olympics now. To me, it seemed that the quality of the footage is higher. Like, it seemed like a smoother frame rate, and who knows what you expressed that in, but it seemed higher quality. But then the sound was just odd. It's almost like there was a bit of a delay and you could barely hear it. And in the shooting, you didn't hear the, hey, I don't know. And it felt really disconnected.
I agree. You could sort of tell, and I don't know who everybody heard, but on, for us in the United States watching on Peacock, on NBC later, they'll have Chad, and I forgot who is doing the call with him, but to this morning there was a woman on, and I did not catch her name, but then they had Jules Bernat, who was doing the sort of the color commentary, and I thought that, considering it probably was his first race that he was ever calling, I thought he did a pretty credible job, as sort of putting him in a tough situation. At what is he, like 27 years old, and he's never really called a race before.
That's cool.
And throwing him in on the Olympics was a little bit tough. But I thought he did a decent job. You could definitely tell that these guys, that the woman and Jewel, were both doing it probably from their homes or from a studio, because the sound was all. You could occasionally catch that there was a crowd, but mostly it was sort of, it was like it was muffled. It was like they put a sound dampener on the crowd. And I would rather hear I'd rather hear the crowd noise.
It's interesting that you have a Canadian commentator, and in Canada on the CBC, we were just looking at the live feed, the way the IBU normally has the free live feed or the standard feed, and then since I don't really like the commentary on that, I switched to the German feed, which was also interesting because typically they have their own cameras that focus a bit more on the Germans, and I guess for the Olympics they're not allowed.
Just the international.
Christian Dexner made a couple of comments about, let's wait what the Olympic camera people put in front of us this time.
Did you guys get the drone shots?
Yeah.
Where they were like going down and behind the athletes. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and I was trying to think, like, I know in Camor it was kind of the first time they did that where they were kind of up close. And I know they've been using drones in the World Cups, but I don't recall that they're ever this close.
They were
not very often, at least.
They were probably zoomed in a little bit, but it felt like they were within a few feet. Like if they would have just turned around. At one point, I was like, man, if Christensen turns around, he's going to knock the drone with his pole. Like it was like right behind him.
Yeah, no, it's, but it's neat though. It's
very.
My guess is it would be a little bit annoying for the athletes because it's, quite the high pitched sound, like a massive fly behind you. But I'm sure they're used to it or don't give a crap.
More reason to ski fast. Get away from it.
Yeah, well, I suppose, yeah. Maybe that's Samuelsson's problem, that he was pushed too hard.
Yeah.
But no,
yeah,
he checked
right
his skiing times, and he was, a couple seconds within the fastest skier. So that's pretty typical for him, I would say. But maybe his skis were really slow, or definitely seemed that there was a bit of a difference in, how far they were gliding without starting to skate and stuff on downhills. And
yes,
the fact that both Justus and Vanessa Vogt were able to keep up at the pace. I mean, that could be perfect timing and being in top shape, but that probably had something to do with the skis as well.
Yeah, can we talk about the German team for a second?
For sure. Because
I was really impressed. I think that there was some consternation, when they picked Vogt for one of the relay legs, and or I think some people were hoping for Horn over Strello, but it was like there was clearly a thing that each athlete needed to do, right? So Strello, he's a very good shooter, but he needed to limit the damage skiing. Navrat, he's a good skier, but he needed to make sure that he limited, definitely no penalty loops. Vogt, same thing as Strello, hit your shots and then hold it together on the skis, right, to get to Preuss. And it was perfect. They couldn't have asked. Yeah, it was perfect, right? Strello, like what did he exchange? He was 12.8 seconds back of Uldal and 6 seconds back of Jacomel. I mean, couldn't ask for better than that. Navrath, he was perfect on the range. Can't ask for better than that. Vogt, same thing.
And was he not the fastest?
Navrath was the fastest
leg?
Yeah, by 7 seconds over Christensen. And then Vogt, she exchanges in the group with Norway and Italy, right? So right there in the medal mix, and no shame on not being able to hold on to Jean Monod because nobody could. So you got to Preuss. I mean,
and I was texting you.
Yes.
If if Vogt would be able to stick behind Veer, and then the next shot I see, she's ahead of her.
I know,
right?
I know. I was so impressed. I mean, everybody nailed it, and thank goodness. I mean, Preuss held it together barely and got them that bronze medal. And the smile on her face as she was coming down the final stretch. I mean, there was definitely a like, okay, we did it. Pressure is off. I've got the medal in my last Olympics. Now I can go out there and have fun. I was very happy for Germany today, if you can't tell.
Oh, yeah, and I mean the excitement on their faces, and I think, was it 4 years ago that it took forever for them to get a medal?
Was it? I think it might have been.
Maybe.
Or Pyeongchang.
4 years prior, but to just have the first race and get a bronze,
pressure's off.
Super exciting. And they could have maybe competed with Italy for silver. I mean, I think gold was out of range already anyway. Not that silver is not better than gold, but still think it's a a great accomplishment. And so that's their second, is it their second medal at these Olympics at this point for biathlon?
Germany? At these Olympics? Oh, because of the awarding of the relay from, was it 14?
The Vancouver ones?
Oh, is it 2010? Yeah.
2010, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that happened yet. I don't think it has, but I think they do it. Because don't they do like a medal ceremony right after the race and then one in the evening or something? Yeah.
Yes, they'll probably do it then. Yeah.
And I mean, I was also super happy for Italy because, I mean,
yes,
to get that off their chest, to have a medal right away, you know, because I vaguely read about Rebecca. Is it Rebecca Passler that
yes, yep,
possibly had used illegal substance?
Yeah.
Is that, have you known?
Sure. Yeah, we can chat about that if you want. So she tested positive for letrozole, which is a aromatase inhibitor, which basically, long story short, would decrease estrogen and potentially, you know, give you a higher percentage, so a higher ratio of testosterone, which obviously for a woman or any athlete, really, I mean, because men who have low testosterone, one of the options for treating, instead of giving straight testosterone, is to give a medication like letrozole to decrease their estrogen, which then makes their testosterone proportionally higher. So for her, if she was taking it to cheat, that would be the reason why. Now, the reason why somebody might have these medications is that you use it for women who are postmenopausal, who have had breast cancer. This can be used for that. It can also be used in women who are pursuing in vitro fertilization, so IVF for infertility. For Passler, I know she's filed an appeal, and there's going to be a hearing on Tuesday. The women's individuals on Wednesday. There's going to be a hearing on Tuesday, and we'll see. Does she claim that, you know, is there a family member or a close friend who has breast cancer? She was helping them out, that she got contaminated. Is she pursuing IVF? I guess we'll find out, right? If that's what she says. Yeah. But so I'm curious.
Stories that her mom has had breast cancer, but again, that's rumor mill. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but let's hope it's something innocent. I don't know if that would still have her banned, because in the end she did take it.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know how that works.
I think there was a similar case not too long ago in a different sport, and the ban was, instead of being longer, it was only like a certain number of months, but still it would be through the rest of this year.
Well, I remember with Johaug was big, right? Because I think she had some substance in a lip balm.
Yeah, those lip balms, you gotta watch out for them.
I don't know.
Yep.
Well, and
milk,
I think there was a whole discussion
milk and meat. Those are other ones that you gotta watch out for.
Milk?
Yeah, milk. I've heard that one too. Yeah, it was in milk, dairy products. Yeah. Supposedly that the cows were given the substance. Still, blah blah blah. Yeah.
In the end, it's still the athlete that's responsible for what they put in their body, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
But I mean, it sucks, and especially this to come out like a couple of days prior to the Olympics. But seemed that it didn't really impact the team. So, and you know, let's not wait any longer. I mean, the French did amazing. QFM decided to make it a little more interesting, because if he would have shot clean, I think it would have been decided after two already. But Jean Monod does her thing, and
there was a point. So she basically made up the gap in the first lap, but on the second lap, I think she was she was in that group, that lead group, and they were kind of going along. And I was thinking to myself, like, is she just going to take it easy and know she's going to shoot clean, and then she's going to go like all out on the last lap? And then they were going up this climb, and it didn't look like she lifted her tempo, but all of a sudden there she was. She's like just leaving them behind.
This massive gap, right?
Yeah. It's like, oh boy.
Did you see her during the national anthem?
Yeah, it looked like a religious
all
experience.
And all happy, but exactly. She was just eyes closed, huge smile on her face. That was pretty cool to see.
I'm obviously not French, as anybody who's listened to my pronunciations knows, but that made me tear up just watching her, like it sort of wash over her.
Well, for her too, right? Because, there's this huge pressure on her to deliver and to just have a gold medal on the first race. And
it wasn't, they didn't carry her to the gold medal.
Have without her, but no, exactly. She probably had to do the most work.
Yeah.
Right. No, I shouldn't say the most work. That's not how I meant it, but
she created the gap. Simone also, that was classic Julia Simone. Off the snow stuff, but that didn't give an inch on the skis, and on the shooting range, I think her shooting times were like 19.4 seconds and 18 seconds or something like that. And it didn't even look like she was rushed. It was just like, it was perfectly in rhythm, and it was like boom, 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 boom. Like,
I know.
Like
I had that impression too, where I was like, oh, well, she's taking it a little bit easier for her standards, but she was still the fastest. So.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And she has choked up in the past when she had a lead, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So look out. We knew the French were strong, but I'm jumping. No, I'm jumping back and forth, but I was so happy to see Hofer and Veer on the podium in their own stadium. Yeah.
I don't know if Hofer has said anything about what he's going to do after this season, but we all know he's not 20 anymore, and it wouldn't shock me if he also decides that this could be his last season, but who knows? But he was definitely on a downward trend in the last couple of years, and then he had the thing where he was kind of out of the team and worked with the Swedes, and kind of almost off the whole season, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
That was 2 seasons ago, and then he looked strong this year so far, and then they nailed it on the timing, because he's right up there. Veer is right up there. If you would have told me a year ago that they were going to race with Giacomello, Hofer, Veer, and Vitozzi, I don't know if I'd be confident to say that they'll definitely get a medal.
No, because Hofer was.
It's still a bit of a hit and miss, but
yeah, Hofer was solid last year, but not. He was okay, right? He was decent. Same Veer was. Veer had her moments, but this year they've got it. They've whatever they're doing is working. And the great thing again is that all of them. It's not like one of them had a really bad performance and sort of got carried there, but each of them. So Giacomello, Hofer, Veer, Vitozzi, they all had critical moments. They all, they carried it forward. And so honestly, too, think about Vitozzi 4 years ago versus Vitozzi today. And that she went from where she was with the shooting issues to now she's anchoring the relay and just lays down a perfect final shoot to secure the silver medal.
Leave no doubt.
Exactly.
Like the furthest they were behind the lead this whole race was 25 seconds, and that was at the end when Vitozzi was just kind of enjoying her last part into the stadium, I'm sure. And other than that, it was at 10.5 kilometers, they were 24.2 seconds back. So that must have been probably just before the change to Veer, so Hofer. So within one penalty loop, right?
Yeah. That's it. They were right there.
Yeah.
One team who obviously is going to be a little disappointed, the Norwegians. We mentioned Kirkeeide earlier, but Martin Uldal and Vetle Christensen looked quite good to lead off for the men.
Yeah.
So I think that when we get to the non-relays for them, those two guys are clearly in form. They are ready to attack. So I think that at least they can take that forward. And I thought Knoten didn't look bad. She looked gassed at the end, I think, from trying to keep up with Jean Monod as much as she did, but that was still a solid performance.
Yeah, was just a little bit too long again. Yeah. No, but I mean, she brought the team in, say, second position with two other teams in second position, if you want to call it that.
Yep. Yeah, totally. But I just, Uldal's leadoff was awesome. If he goes out there and wins a medal in one of these races, I will not be shocked in the least. I mean, he looked very, very good.
No.
And that was a stacked leg too.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
he
you said,
had
Christiansen too.
Yeah. I mean, Uldal was 3 seconds faster than Perot, 6 seconds faster than Jacomel. I mean, that was only number 1 and number 2 in the world. So you're doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christensen too. That last lap from Christensen.
I also thought that, he I thought the second lap he seemed to be unable to keep up. But it's funny because I've read a couple times this season that some athlete felt that as their wax wore off during the race, that their skis actually got faster. Like if the wax isn't really working, but then,
yeah.
you know.
It doesn't speak highly
of it than just, losing a bit. Yeah. Yeah. See them get off the track and walk through the bush a little bit to get the stuff off their wax.
Yeah.
Or the wax of their skis. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at, again, I'm jumping all over the place, but was looking at the Swedes where I would be a little bit concerned for the men, but Hannah was the fastest in her leg and Anna Magnusson third.
Very solid. Yep.
Still a bit surprised that she got the nod over Elvira, but at the same time,
Mona Borson gave us
can't really.
Yeah, I'd say Mona Borson gave us the heads up that Elvira was fine, and it was just a decision based on form. So I'm hoping that just speaks very highly of Magnusson.
25 seconds on Jamano. Yeah, no, for sure. Americans not having the result they were hoping for, I'm sure.
No. Campbell, did you see him with his rifle? I couldn't figure out exactly what happened there.
Yeah. So I don't know if you noticed with Christensen, I think his prone shooting, he had 4 shots and then he loaded a spare.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't because he missed one. It was because, sometimes when you pull your bolt, you eject a live round without having shot it. And then you use the spare to come up for it. But because Campbell already used 6 spares, and they typically have 6 spare bullets.
Got it.
And then he ejected a live round. So then he didn't have a spare anymore.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see exactly what happened.
It went pretty fast, but he still lost, I don't know, 10 seconds or so, I would say.
Yeah. That plus the penalty loop.
Happened. Well, yeah, that didn't help either. Yeah.
No.
Margie Fried still seemed to be pretty excited.
She was pretty pumped. Yeah, and I thought Deidre had a pretty good run too. So,
oh yeah,
it was just kind of a funky day, and hopefully they got that out of their system.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of people who had pretty good days, I thought you're gonna appreciate this. I thought Suvi Minkinen had a very good last leg. Finland, didn't finish maybe
4th. I think.
What were they? Yeah. She was solid, and the shooting was exceptional. I was a little bit nervous, to be honest, about her shooting after Novo Mesto, but not anymore. She looked great. So,
yeah. Austrians also some really good shooting. Lisa 4 spares. Simonator clean. Anna Gantler only 1. And Unterrader ones. Anna Gantler looked sharp.
She did. Speaking of podcast guests, how about Baiba?
Yeah. You don't see that every time when she's on a relay with only 2 spares, but man, she was up there. I didn't check her loop time.
She was 8th on her leg. She was 49 seconds back of Jean Monod. 10 seconds back of Knoten. Yeah, solid day for Latvia, I thought. I thought that was a really good performance for them. And she wasn't even sure she was going to race, actually, before she wasn't sure. Yeah, she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to, so glad that she is feeling well, and obviously, whatever it was, she's good to go now.
I know there was some discussion on the Czech team about racing Davidova over Hrvatova.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of settled now, but unfortunately.
Yeah, it was not great. Because they were doing
the result, right?
Yeah, they were doing very well up until then. I don't remember where they exchanged.
Mm-hmm.
Were they in fourth? Or not fourth. I would have been fifth.
Yeah, but they were I think in the flowers.
Yeah, they were fifth. They were 51 seconds back. So they were 32 seconds back from the medals. It's not really in the medal hunt, but definitely with a solid race going. Michael Kirchmart had a really good second leg for them. He was right there in the thick of things.
I saw that. I was surprised that Belgium was as far back as they were with both Lotte and Maya shooting clean.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
But I know that with the exchange, the change from Claude to Langer, or Langer to it was Claude to Langer. Langer fell, but I mean that would have only put them back a couple of seconds, I would think. But
yeah,
I mean maybe that had an effect later on, or maybe it was hurt, or but that was unfortunate, especially when there's some really good shooting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he was second last in ski time, Langer. So I don't know, maybe there was something broken ski that needed to be replaced or whatever it was, but that was unfortunate. Poland did really well.
They
Ninth
did.
Place.
Yeah, they absolutely did. Sidorovic had a really nice anchor leg, I thought.
Even though Junka had a penalty loop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I think, was it Bodic? But Bodic was the lead leg, and his name kept popping up in the higher up there. Those guys, man, they're feisty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And unfortunately, we've praised her a lot, and hopefully we'll do so again this championship. But Leah Meyer,
I know,
not having her best leg.
Nope. Yeah, that we talked about Kirkeeide and Fleming and getting used to the Olympics, and I wonder if there was a little bit of that in there.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
Big moment. I meant to mention this earlier.
For you. Oh,
real quick.
Go ahead.
We talked about shooting and how everybody on the German team, there was a thought in my head and I just didn't say it out loud, so I apologize. They each had their things they needed to do, right? And Vogt, one of them was to not lose as much time on the course. But one of the other things that was important for her was to be a little bit quicker, pulling the trigger, because sometimes she can lose a lot of time on the range. She had the fast shooting time for her leg. And I don't know that she's ever done that before, unless there was a day that she went clean and everybody else needed some spares. Vanessa Vogt.
Are you talking Vogt?
Yeah, fastest time for shooting. So her total shooting time was 47.3. I know she
has been going faster, but...
Yeah.
Wow.
Elena Horodna was a second and a half behind her. Veer 2.9 back. Jean Monod was 6 seconds back. So yeah, that was big. That was, every second counted today, and that was big.
I'm double checking because I find it hard to believe.
I know. It's pretty remarkable.
23.6, 23.7. Very consistent too.
Mm-hmm. That 23.7 has to be one of her fastest standing shoots in a while, if ever. And also, we just mentioned her.
Yeah,
credit to...
Well, prone, she was also fairly slow. I mean, strong hit rate, but sorry, you said I mentioned.
Oh, Leah Meyer, credit to her for bouncing back after the penalty loop on the prone shooting, but she had a 22.1 second standing shoot, so she mentally, got right back on the horse.
Favorite suit so far?
It's the Lithuanians.
Incredible, isn't it? I love it.
It's
like by far not even it's not even a challenge.
It's a work of art. I reposted it on Twitter, and the designer actually commented, thanking us for reposting it, because it was such a magnificent suit. Yeah.
I loved it. I was like, and I mean, I think they always have interesting suits already, but
yeah, it's pretty good.
No, it's
Any last thoughts before we get out of here?
No, I had a couple of quick things that I thought it was cool that Simon Fourcade, I don't know if he always has his hair painted white, but kind of looked cool there. His brother also there. Are they back on speaking terms? Because I know that they were like not on speaking terms while they were both racing at some point when Martin was showing that he was better than Simon.
I have no idea.
I thought they were kind of back on terms.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually have no idea. I mean,
it's not like I saw them close to each other and ignoring each other. It was just, I noticed that Martin was there, and it was funny because the press guy, I guess, or whoever tells the athletes to go to the podium, he's trying to tell Doro to move it along, and hey, Martin, just kind of chatting with him and hugging. I don't know, it's just funny.
Nobody
he just cracks me up. He's like, yeah, you can tell me whatever. This is my town, but
that is exactly what I thought too. It's like, all right, what are you going to do? I'm the queen,
I'm the mayor of this city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like the selfies?
Oh, did you see the Fondo Italia guy?
No, he was there. Of course he was there, but was he on?
I'll send you a picture. So there's this picture of Ziggy Mazet congratulating the French coach, and I think just before that the Italian coach, and our friend is standing right there, like right in the middle. It's awesome.
Oh, there he is.
Same hat as you wore in Oslo, and
I gotta send it to him.
Super cool. So I don't know if he's listening, but you have been spotted.
I'm gonna send it to him right now, just so he knows. Yeah, there we go.
And we saw that the girlfriend that you have talked about, QFM meeting his girlfriend in Oslo, that it was such a cool moment. And
there she was.
Showed the cameraman that he was talking to her on his phone pretty close after the race. So that was kind of funny. The connection with Doro and Giacomel.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think you refer to it as, big sister kind of. They always seem, I don't know, seems to be a spark, and I don't mean in a romantic way, but just like they seem to connect really, really well.
Yeah, they're tight.
I love seeing Maren Hammerschmidt.
Yes. Yeah.
She's just like always smiling, and she just has this friendly look to her that I just really appreciate.
I think she's friends with everybody, because she's been posting pictures on Instagram, and she's like hanging out with the American boys one day, and then she's she's just bouncing around, living her best life.
I know. Well, it's hard to I don't know her at all, but from what I've seen, she seems to be always in a very positive mood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Maybe talking about outfits. I don't know who's designing these suits for after the races. The metal suits or whatever we go.
Yeah.
My Lord. It's almost like there seems to be a bit of an army trend with the Italians for the, the forested areas and the French for the desert areas or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But
I think
if she's listening, ski, shoot, repeat will let you know that the French have pockets, and that's a very big deal. So she'll know what I'm talking about.
Well, I have a feeling that Lou will need them.
Yeah, fill up with all of her medals.
If you ask me. Yeah. And that was it on my part. Little announcement that I have briefly mentioned, and I'm working on a project to sort of see the Antholz arena through the eyes of a biathlete. I'm having some rendering issues, but it is in the works, and it will be coming during these Olympics.
I've seen a preview, and it's very cool.
And that's the unrendered version that you've seen. So
yeah, I'm very excited.
I am working on it.
Yeah.
And it will be coming.
All right. We'll have
Anything
it soon.
For you? Last words?
Nah. Oh, if you haven't looked on the website, I have a bunch of stuff up there that you might like. So it has like a preview page for the Olympics, and it's got the course maps for each race. It has a weather forecast, the Olympic rosters, the top 5 finishers at Antholz from the last 5 seasons, not counting people who are retired or just not here, so only the active athletes. And then I've got a couple things that I'm just working on. So like a piece about possible surprise medalists, because every Olympics there's about 1 or 2 medalists who you look back and you're just like, that doesn't really make sense, but there it is. So that, and yeah, I think that's about everything. It's been busy. It's busy times.
So we're going to be back on Wednesday, individual?
Tuesday.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Men's individual.
I thought it was Saturday for some reason.
Yep.
And then
I've reworked my entire schedule. I've reworked the kids going to a school schedule, my work schedule, everything about around the Olympics. So we will be back after every race.
You bet. And at least 6 is pretty early still. And I know there's even like a 4:30 a.m. race, but it still beats Beijing.
Oh my gosh. It's much better than Beijing.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Ciao, everybody. And,
ciao.
We'll see you soon. Or thanks, everyone. Bye.